And we are back with our final conversation of the morning. We have been joined on set by the founder and creative director of the Belize International Film Festival, my good friend Suzette Zayden. Good morning, Suzette.
Hi, good morning.
And she is joined by the technical director also of the Belize International Film Festival, my other good friend Javier Molina. Man,
everybody suit up today. Yes, indeed.
The guy is sharp to the nines.
The nines. Complete. The gel downs, the blue tie.
Thanks to my stylist, aka my wife.
We're here to discuss serious business once you formally dress.
Right.
Let's talk about the upcoming film festival and what we can expect as fans of this particular initiative. Let's start with you, Suzette.
You can expect films, and more films. morning.
Good morning.
And we're going to have films. We're going to have a workshop, a one-day workshop on Sunday, next Sunday right here. How to make a feature film with a shoestring budget. Sounds like all of our budgets. We could almost teach that for sure.
How to create that film
festival with
budget.
Yes, shoestring.
Yeah.
If we make our shoestrings. Okay, so there's a workshop. So actually that's an 8-day workshop, 8-hour workshop from 9 a.m. to 5, being facilitated by our opening night filmmakers from Antigua and Barbuda. So they'll be teaching that. We have 20 seats. Half have already gone. And I have a feeling
soon.
5 will gone out of that. So maybe only 5 seats are left. So if anybody's interested, they should really reach out to us, DM us, and say, I want a seat, so we can reserve it. Wow. Because that's not a technical workshop. You know, people here film and they automatically assume that we're all camera people. We're all that the Javier part. That's where Javier come in. There's also, I'm more the creative part with like the planning, the production part. I'm not saying he can't do it, but just I can't do it. Let's just put it that way.
Yes.
He has his
I could say I can't do it. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
But so it's the if you're going to put together a feature film, you have to really plan it, you have to organize it, you have to figure out, you do your casting, you do your scheduling, you do all that part. That's all important. So it's a production workshop. So if you have an idea, this might be if you have an idea for a movie, because a lot of us do have ideas, this might be a good stop to kind of figure out how to bring that to life. Yeah. Apart from that, we have 45 films from 32 countries. Wow. Stretched across 10 days. And maybe, you know, and so we're hoping that there's some real good film buffs out there that they say, you know what, I'm going to go to the opening night, watch the opening night films, and then Saturday, we're at UB. We're at UB, and we're using 2 screens. We'll be in the Jaguar Auditorium, starting to show films from 1 o'clock, and we'll be over at the conference room. With the first film will show at 10 a.m., It's called Unknown Belize, and it will feed into a panel discussion on sustainable development. So we're working out the exact mechanics of that right this minute with the Environmental Club, and they're excited to be a part of it. And we have filmmakers. A lot of the films in the festival talk to sustainable development in the terms of balancing or looking for the understanding between development and conservation.
45 films in 10 days.
32
is
countries.
Quite a marathon.
It is.
Right? And so the average person may not be able to attend and view all. So my question, is there one particular film that you guys would encourage?
I encourage you to watch all 45.
Wow.
I cannot, as a festival director, have favorites.
You can have a favorite film,
but I will not say that here.
But look, I don't have the world of time.
Actually,
as much as I would want to support and
The catalog helps with that. The catalog has all the listing and the description, so you could start there, like browsing all of the different films that we have, whether it's a documentary, whether it's narrative, whatever. You use the catalog, and then you can kind of narrow down.
Use the digital catalog.
Right. Right.
That was going to be my next question.
On
in
the
terms
website.
of, we said how many 45 films, how many genres are being
Exactly.
displayed?
So we actually have categories at the festival. We have feature narratives, and we selected 8 and we have 3 contributed by the European Union. So we have a partnership with the European Union office here in Belize.
Yeah.
So they're doing like a showcase within the festival as well. So we have like 8 in competition, and those are showcased. That's like 11 feature narratives.
Yeah.
Then we have about 9 feature documentaries, and that 2 of those are not in competition. Actually, there are things that could pique your attention. I don't know what you like. We have, there's a story from Venezuela about this woman who is estranged from her family. She's working in a low-income job. She has a child, and she has a tumor on her head, and she's about to die. And so she has a child about 6, and it looks at that relationship, and it's really hard. You know, a lot of single parents often wonder what happens if they pass away and the child has not grown up yet. What happens? And so she has to deal with that.
Very relatable.
So that might interest a certain audience. So when, like exactly what Javier said, we will have all these films up on the website within the next few days, and all the synopses and all the trailers, and you can basically go to the website and check everything out and it will say what time they're showing. And at a festival, people don't really see everything. They have a little book, and they say, all right, today's Saturday, what's showing? Just like when you watch cable TV, you're like, what's showing at what time? I want to see that. Oh, and that's showing in that one. So we encourage people to buy a festival pass, though. You buy a festival pass for $60, and that gets you into anything from Saturday, November 4th till Saturday, November 11th. You could hop and skip and jump, and you can say, okay, this is nothing like I wanted. Let me go see what's showing in the next screen.
I think for me, I would like to know the Belizean films, and how many do we have, and do we know some of the names of these producers for these films?
Directors. It's usually the directors. No. What happened is we did not have F Belizean feature this year.
Okay.
And in terms of the documentary, we have a lot of environmental. And a lot of documentaries tend to be environmental. We have Unknown Belize, which was made by Fest Films, the crew in Belmopan, Feste Films, and that was the film that was premiered in London, so this will be its Belize premiere.
Okay.
And then we have one that was, again, not made by Belize, but it's called Treasure of the Caribbean. And it talks about a reef that was found off the Cayman Trench. I don't know if you know where the Cayman Trench is. It's not by the Cayman Island. The one down south, like in that bay. And so somebody a few years back kind of stumbled across this. Like, you've heard of this whole story, right? Well, this is a film on that, the research of finding it, and how they were kind of like low key checking it out. They didn't want people to alert people to this. And so it's called the Krong of the Cayman Krong, this reef above this huge trench. Where it's a trench that was formed probably by the tectonic plates. So that's a beautiful film that will show. But then we have there's so much. We have a beautiful animation called Opal. It's the Caribbean fairy tale. It's got the magic. It's got the powers. It's got everything, and it's from Martinique. Opal. And dedicated to all the opals out there is what it says. And the background is really interesting because it's got all these like indigenous. He put all the dots, the lines, everything. It took a long time to do it. I know the director personally, so I saw he did a short a long time ago called Battlefield Chronicles, and this was eventually the feature film. So he's been working on this one for a while. So that's from the Caribbean, Martinique.
Good stuff.
It is good
I could
stuff.
go on.
I know it is, and I haven't heard from Javier yet. So what are you doing
I know, right?
in this?
No, my role is, and it has been from day one, really, is the technical, behind the scenes. Suzette takes care of everything, making sure the red carpet is laid out, everything else is set, the people are in place, but at the end of the day, without the films and making them show, we're not going to festival.
Indeed.
So that's my role. Downloading. Because now, thankfully, we're at download stage where most people just submit links with passwords. We download the files. We check the files to make sure that everything goes well with the files. And then it's on to the actual venues where we're going to be projecting these things. So making sure the projectors are in place, the sound, technically, anything that has to do with actually the movie showing. Yes.
I go Javier.
So it's going to be featuring every hour, every half hour, these films. How are they set?
Scheduled?
Yeah.
Every Saturday and Sunday. This coming Saturday and Sunday is pretty much for Bamapan. It's like the intensive festival. So we start 10 a.m. in the conference room, and after that, panel discussion happens at 12:30. We will show a few more films like every 2 hours.
Okay.
So you have like a half hour between them. Over in the Jaguar Auditorium, starting at 1, it will the same every like 2 hours. Most of them are like 90-minute films. And so like, pretty much you have like a half hour break in between. We've tried to stagger them between the 2 screens so you can decide if you want to go there. Some people would skip one and say, I'm going to, like I've seen people, we have a few fans that come with their little bags and their little snacks and then they run out, go grab something and they come ready for the day and they do the schedule. There's a few like that. Then there's some who can only handle 1 film a day.
Yeah,
one for the whole
and 90
week.
minutes is a lot.
Yeah.
No, it's not. We all watch Netflix and got marathon with the limited thing. No, bring that.
I can't do it. Binge watching is not something that I'm built for. No.
So you're not built for the festival.
No,
so you have to do
she could pick specifically exactly what you want.
Yes, I want to pick something specific for the day.
What might be interesting, I don't know if we're also doing another panel. If you like the educational aspect, we're also doing another panel on indigeneity.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's I'm talking about filmic representation of indigenous people. So that one will happen Wednesday at 2 at UP. I can't tell you the exact room yet, but we have a lot of people on that panel. We have Feline. Her film is in Garifuna. She's opening the festival. We have a filmmaker from Canada who has a film in the festival. She's Cree, and she's a doctorate by now in the studies. So she has a lot of information on indigenous filmmaking, where to find funds for that. And also about the representations. She's very faithful to her. So there's that conversation. We have Mr. Saki from the Indigenous Club as well. Delmer is kind of helping us head this up. He's excited to be a part of it. So we're glad that we were able to bring him panelists.
Yes.
So they're going to talk about the Maya representation. Somebody just asked me, are we putting in the Creole Indigenous? So by all means, let me know and we'll do it. We also have a virtual panelist from University of California, Santa Barbara. He was the consultant, one of the consultants for Wakanda Forever when they were creating the Maya cosmology. So he had a lot to say how that was formed.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of this talk about indigenous representations.
And so all of these films, all of the scheduling, all of the information, where you can get your pass, where can we find all of that information?
On 2 places, 2 key places. The website.
What's the name of the website?
BelizeFilmFestival.com. We don't have the international in that.
Okay.
BelizeFilmFestival.com.
Okay.
And then the Facebook page is Belize International Film Festival. But if you type Belize and then IFF, you should also find it. That's also our social media handle, right? Yes. On everything, Twitter.
And buying the pass as well is
you reserve it, you buy it.
Online.
Yeah.
You say I want it, you have it.
You bring one too?
Everything's digital these days.
All right.
You can reserve it. We can reserve it for you.
So the Belize International Film Festival starts this Saturday, the 3rd of...
Starts Friday night.
Friday night.
Yeah,
so
opening.
That's the grand opening.
That's Friday, the 2nd,
third.
the 3rd of November, all the way to the 12th.
To the 12th, yeah. Well, and actually, our media partner is Channel 5, in case you didn't realize that.
Nice.
Rick is our longtime partner, and Marlene has always been supporting us from way back in Miss Mai's day.
Yeah.
So we'll be featuring some films
You will
as
be
well.
broadcasting the opening live.
Wonderful. That's great to
And
know.
the closing will be broadcasted also on Channel 5.
Channel 5. From November 3rd to the 12th, you can catch the Belize International Film Festival at the University of Belize campus. Please go and support a worthy opportunity. It's part of our orange economy, if you will, Ms. Suzette.
And we're getting the youth involved.
As well as in San Ignacio.
Yes.
2 days,
Okay.
yes.
We're in San Ignacio.
At the Welcome Center and at the Soul Project.
And at the
We
Soul
finished in
Project.
Bamapan Thursday.
Okay, and
we
then
moved to
finish
Kaya
off
for
in
Friday and Saturday.
Perfect. Thank you both so much for joining us this morning.
for having us.
We gotta close, but
That's okay.
we'll be continue to promote this wonderful initiative. Thank
We
you
look
both.
forward to that.
We gotta take the break, guys, and when we come back, it's to wrap things up. Don't go away.